4 earned runs, 6 hits, 6 walks, 5 innings. He looked awful. He needed 105 pitches, 61 for strikeouts to get through 5 innings. 1 run in his first 4 frames, only to give up 3 in the 5th. And since posting a 2 ERA in his first 3 starts, Chris Archer has given up 22 earned runs in 22 innings, 16 strikeouts and 17 walks. You gotta drop Chris Archer. And the Pirates are just getting killed. I mean, Kingman can't pitch since Brault. They can't start. Montana Durapu, whatever his name is, he looked terrible. Everybody's blowing up. And, of course, so Mitch Keller can't get here fast enough. Number 1 prospect, 21 in the MLB pipeline. He's close. He's 5-0 with a 3.45 in his 9 starts this year in the minors. I saw Mitch Keller pitch in the Arizona Fall League. So he's okay. He is okay. Colin Moran lifted his batting average from 232 to 270. He was 10 for 33 since May 19th. Jung Oh Kong, by the way, is in a rehab assignment. And part of the 4-man outfield rotation, this kid, Brian Reynolds, he hit .319 with 5 homers and 94 at-bats. He figures to lose playing time when Corey Dickerson returns. But he is absolutely, 23 homers in his first 3 minor league seasons. He's already hit 10 home runs between AAA and the majors this year. Matt Strahm for San Diego hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any of his past 8 starts. He's pitching against the Yankees today. Grab him if you can. Absolutely. He's 2.28, 0.95 over an 8-start stretch leading into today's game against the Yankees. He's the oldest member of the youngest starting rotation in the majors. It'll be his 18th career start. 5 of them came last year as the opener. He has 4 pitches. He's got, he changes the movement and velocity of a few of them. I'll tell you what, he's got 6 different ways to throw it. His changeup dives to the left in the same motion as the slider. Velocity of both pitches are identical. The changeup sits between the mid-80s, and so does the slider. He's thrown 16 sliders at 82 miles an hour, 19 sliders at 88. He has thrown 6 at 80. I mean, unbelievable. So he's really good. He's thrown his changeup in every count except 3-0. He's got a tremendous assortment of pitchers. Don't miss Matt Strahm. He's pretty good. Kenta Maeda, 3 runs, 5 hits, struck out 4 for the Dodgers. He gave up that 2-run homer in the 2nd inning and a solo shot in the 5th. Came out with a 1-run lead, needed 81 pitches, 57 for strikes. He was placed on the injured list, but look, he's doing pretty good. St. Louis, the Cardinals have not won 2 games in a row all year. They have only won 7 games in the month of May. 7 games in the month of May. The Cardinals haven't had a game started by a left-handed pitcher since September 25th when Austin Gomber opened up against Milwaukee. Gomber, I'm surprised. Genesis Cabrera. Now, you look at his numbers. With Michael Wacha, I thought it was going to be Ponce de Leon, whatever his name is. But Michael Wacha goes to the bullpen. Cabrera was one of the 3 minor leaguers who they received in the Tommy Pham deal, by the way. His record, 7 starts, 2 relief appearances. It's not pretty, 6.35 ERA. But the Cardinals say that they have watched his last 2 starts, and they were impressed by his velocity. He reached 98 and an average fastball of 96. Electric fastball. Better use of his curve, right? And that's his elite pitch, the curve. So, you want to speculate on a National League pitcher? Take him. In his first 3 games since batting number 5 in the order, Matt Carpenter, he did it last year too. He's going to come alive. He's driven it through. But however, last year when they did it, they moved him from the middle of the order to the top of the order. And he said he was more comfortable. Now they're moving him from the top to the middle. He's driven in 3 runs, had 6 hits. 3 of his hits have come when he was leading off an inning. So it's all screwed up, right? So who knows? And the Braves were down 3-0, and they rallied for 3 runs. Charged to Jordan Hicks. Only Hicks has made only 6 appearances in the month of May, and only his second save opportunity. And by the way, in looking at Yadier Molina, he was obviously in discomfort, taking swings. Don't be surprised if Yadier goes on the injured list just to get a blow. Okay, the loss was the 26th loss by the Cardinals against 26 wins, 16 losses in the last 22 games. It's tough. And Washington, Eric Fetty was impressive through the first 5 innings. 51 out of his 83 pitches were strikes. He has a 2.1 ERA and a 1.1 whip, 12 strikeouts, 8 walks over 20 innings this year. He's going to remain in the rotation at least one more turn while Anibal Sanchez continues to rehab. And Anthony Rendon, 18 for 48 over his last 13 games, 11 of those for extra base hits. I get it. He's another guy who I had on my injured list, okay? He could, so look, they got to figure out what to do with Rendon. Are they going to take him for next year? Or are they going to sign him long term? I just want to thank everybody once again for being here. And don't forget, Arnie coming up at 10. Arnie will be your new 10 o'clock show. It's going to be fantastic for Arnie. And we can't wait to have Arnie on, okay? And then Lou and Andrea will be on at 11 on Thursday. And Lou's Suicide Squeeze will be on at 11 on instead of 10 on his day, which I think was Wednesday. Okay, so check your local listings. But we're really starting to pile it up, and we got some real big surprises for you. And this is the first one, okay? Arnie now doing 3 shows. In Baltimore, Evan Phillips, okay, recalled from AAA. While Givens, keep in mind, this guy could be the closer on Baltimore. Okay? Chris Davis, 4 for 34 with 22 strikeouts. They're giving him a breather. All right, they say you got a bad hip. Look, the Orioles bullpen has blown 5 leads in 11 games. So, Villar, 8 hits and 27 at bats, so he's coming on a little bit. Boston, 28 wins, 7 losses when Rodriguez pitches. And keep in mind that Brazier has not gotten a save since April 21st, and he's going through a rough stretch in May. Walden has been pitching well for Boston, and he has earned some high-level relief appearances. But so he's added to the mix. Brazier, uncertain. He's made 3 consecutive clean. He remains part of that late inning crew, but we'll see. And the race for Craig Kimbrell is going to be tremendous. Rafael Devers, 2 hits off Verlander in his career, but both of those hits have been a home run. So how about that? He homered off of Verlander. Eduardo Rodriguez held Houston to 1 run and 4 hits in 6 innings, 5-1 in his last 8 starts. You need wins, go with Eduardo Rodriguez. The Astros lost just for the 5th time in 22 games, and they finished the regular season 4-2 against the Red Sox. Darwinzon Hernandez has been recalled from AA Portland. Just keep in mind, David Price could start Tuesday. Came out of the game with an illness, they said. But Rodriguez is the guy, all right? They just win when he pitches. He gave up a run in the first inning, a single, but then settled down to finish the day with 5 scoreless innings. Had a couple of rough starts, okay? He yielded 11 runs over his last 2 starts, got a 5 ERA, 66 strikeouts in 60 innings. Jake Odorizzi, all right? Was pulled. Rocco Bordelli pulled his starter with 1 out in the 6th inning. All right, look, Max Kepler was ill. Odorizzi was dazzling. He struck out 9 batters. The Sox tied a season high with 16 strikeouts, and they were outscored 26-5 in that 3-game series against Minnesota. Rosario hit his 16th. Dylan Covey, 4 runs, 6 innings. All right. Look, it's been smooth sailing for Minnesota. They've won 11 out of their last 12. Odorizzi, pitching great. I just picked him up in the Sirius XM Host League. All right, the Twins entered the day with a 3.57 from their starters, third best in the major leagues. How about that? Odorizzi has given up 3 runs in 35 and 2/3 innings. 0.76, struck out 38 in 6 starts at home. He has given up only 5 runs in 36 innings. And ladies and gentlemen, it is Memorial Day. Andy, remember me? Okay, thank you. Tim Anderson, a late scratch again, second day. He's got a cut on his right hand, and he's got some wrist soreness, so we'll have to monitor that. So Andy comes down, and this is going to be terrible because we're just up to the Trevor Bauer section of this program. I don't want to do it. Should I do it? All right. 23 runs in his last 4 games at home. 15 earned runs in his last 17 innings. But it's been a terrible May. He gave up 6th home run of the month. And that's why he's 0-3 with a 6.8 in May. But he's also allowing opponents to hit 236. So, look, if there's anybody who can come back, he pitches next against the White Sox. Put it all on him. The White Sox will turn it around for him. Austin Meadows' home run was the first leadoff home run that Bauer has ever allowed in his career. So, look, everybody goes through a bad cycle. 4th loss in his last 5 starts. But he did come out and say, in his last start, he said, I know something was wrong. I didn't feel right. Today he comes out and he says, he pitched really well, okay? And keep in mind, Tampa only managed 2 hard hit balls against them. So sometimes, it's about being lucky. Don't get bent out of shape with Trevor Bauer. All right, Cleveland finished their season-long homestand, 11 games, 4-7, and they fell 10 games behind Minnesota. They're 3-7 against Tampa since the start of 2018. Mercado, 2 for 4 with a solo home run. He's 8 for 23 in 7 games. 4 of his 8 Major League Baseball hits have gone for extra bases. So keep an eye on this kid. Good morning, sweetheart. Austin Meadows, 4 for 4 with a home run, a double, 3 RBIs. He continues to mash it. He hit 383 in April. He has 19 extra base hits, 14 walks. Overall, he's batting 341. Jose Alvarado, 1 strikeout during a 2-out save against the Indians. He was efficient. He's had some tough times. He's 6 for 7 in saves. Okay? Yeah, so he'll split the save opportunities with Diego Castillo because they want to use Alvarado sometimes as the effector. All right? Ryan Stanek could be is there going to be an opener in the imagine the All-Star game with an opener? Right? He's been 1.64 opener in 14 starts, but he's never pitched out of the second inning in any start. So could you imagine? Should the All-Star game be started by an opener? That's my question, all right? And I'm not calling Cha-Cha. You're right. Andy thought I was calling her sweetheart. It was Cha-Cha, okay? So just want to set the record straight, okay? It was Cha-Cha. No question about it. Cha-Cha, and if you don't believe us, ask Cha-Cha. Arnie at 10 o'clock, I'm telling you, making his debut at the 10 o'clock hour. Nick Castellanos, 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs as they lose to the Mets 4-3. He extends his hitting streak to 7 games. He wants to be traded, but they won't trade him. He's batting his 11 for 30, 367. Pick him up, do the daily game on him. 28 home runs and a steal and 195 at-bats. Spencer Turnbull struck out 8. He allowed 4 runs and 7 hits. He had only 1 bad inning, and that was the 4th inning. He gave up, 4 hits, hit a homer, and that was all 4 runs. He's yielded a home run. This is the problem in 4 straight outings, but he's only tossed up 6 home run balls all season. So you can't be too concerned with that, but give him another chance. And I'm telling you, I've been talking about Jacoby Ellsbury for 2 years, and he hasn't done a thing in 2 years. He's reached multiple hits 3 straight games. Holy mackerel. No. And by the way, thanks to all you guys who called Sunday on the show. we managed to do the last half hour of Sunday show on Sirius Radio totally topless. That's right. That was the game.